And we're live. We're recording. We're not live. We're recording. How's it going? Welcome to the Poor Taste Podcast. My name is Addison. I was supposed to be here with Matthew Kinkle, though he texted me today. He's coming down with a cold. He's lost his voice, so I'm gonna do it alone. See how that goes. I just finished editing my fourth episode of Subnautica. I'm really happy with the Subnautica videos that I'm putting out. I'm putting a lot more work into them, putting a lot more thought into them. I'm actually taking time and listening to a lot of the music that I've downloaded specifically for videos, and trying to analyze I'll lay out, I'll edit my footage, I'll take out all the boring stuff, try and keep it at a pretty good pace, and then I'll leave it for a little bit, and I'll come back to it, and I'll try and analyze it, and I'll try and find spots that maybe feel good for some music, and then I'll go through it, I'll watch it a couple times, and I'll really try and figure out what kind of music it wants. And then I'll go and I'll listen to as much music as I have to, and I'll try and pick out 2 or 3 songs that are good for it, and try them all out, see which one's good. Sometimes the first one's the best, and I don't even need to try the next 2, because it's perfect. But a lot of times I'll try them out just to feel them out, see what's what, and most of them would work. I just like the process. I haven't done editing like this in how old? I was probably like 23 or 24 at the time, so 2012, 2013 ish. I was doing a little bit of editing, but most of the video editing I was doing was like, I want to say between I was 16. That would have been 2004 to 2000. Probably right after college. 2007, 2008-ish is about when I stopped editing. And then I did a little bit for the for the first few videos that I put out, just like beginning of the video, end of the video stuff. But with these videos, with the Subnautica videos specifically, I'm really putting a lot of effort into the entire video and making it a quick, entertaining, beginning to end. Really, not even like this latest videos. There's 4 spots in it where you're just listening to some dialogue, some story building stuff, and it's not really main story building stuff, but they all kind of connect with each other, and so I thought it was kind of cool to leave them in there. But it is like 4 30-second to 45-second sections that I'm not saying anything. It's just people talking, and not really a lot of anything exciting happening, just dialogue. But I kept it in, and going through the video again, I was like, this is kind of boring. So what I did to make it just a little bit more entertaining is I put some soft piano music, except I used the same piece of piano music, and it started at the same spot every time the music started. So it had a slight undertone of comedy. I hope people get it. If they don't, that's fine. You know, I did my best, or I did what I thought was right, and it is what it is. So beyond that, not a lot of editing in other videos, but I am starting to get pumped about doing more videos and focusing more this way in them, especially because when I recorded these Subnautica videos, I actually didn't have any intention to edit them, and I could tell while I was watching them, I was I was just planning on them being what they were. They were 10 to 16 minute, 10 to 20 minute videos, and a lot of quiet, a lot of downtime. And being able to go through that and edit it together well, at least satisfying to me, made it special because now I get to go back and I get to, like right now I'm playing Minecraft. I get to go through this knowing I'm going to come out and I'm going to edit it the way I did these Subnautica videos. So there are times when I'll just be quiet, and while I'm quiet doing the grindy bit, I'm planning in my head what I'm going to say next, and maybe a little bit out loud, but not too loud. But then when I do say it, I say it really loud, because there's a lot of spots in these videos that I'm editing now that are just quiet. They're so quiet because I didn't know how to run my mic at the time, because truthfully a lot of my humor in day-to-day life is quiet under my breath because I don't want to piss anybody off. But then editing them and having to amp up the audio and use a gain thing, whatever. Edit it with a gain. Edit the gain up. Okay, I got it. Edit the gain up. I get to know how frustrating it is to have to do that in editing. So when I'm doing the videos, I try and be as clear as I can, and it just all around, it helps with the process of these dumb gaming videos, these shitty gaming videos that I think are bad, up until these Subnautica videos, which I think I did a pretty good job on. Maybe not in the recording aspect of it, but in the editing aspect, in the processing aspect of it, I think I did a pretty good job. But so yeah, I'm happy with the channel, with the direction it's going. I wanted to talk about Axel Voss. This whole there's like a meme thing happening with this Axel Voss dude. People are calling him the Ajit Pai of the UK, and I don't know much about it, but I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to look into it and kind of gloss over it a little bit, see if I can figure it out and understand it. But basically, as far as I know, which I know very little, basically he pushed for making memes illegal in the UK, and he got it passed, and he's being real douchey about it. Hence why people are calling him the Axel Voss, or the Ajit Pai of the UK. But I don't really like Ajit Pai. I did a little bit of research into, and the reason he's a douche is not only because he's trying to get something to happen that should be voted in by the people, by us. But he's in a position that he was hired for. They appointed him to. No one asked us if we wanted him there, which is fine. You can have those positions and you can have your opinions. But when you have that position that isn't elected in, and you start pushing for legal change, and you think you can do it without our permission, the people's permission, that's douchey. But deeper than that, he was pushing for the 86ing of net neutrality. I don't know the legal jargon of it. He's trying to privatize the internet, essentially. And while there might be some positives to that, the negatives would be that you're not only paying for your internet to get on the internet with Verizon and with whatever you're using, Warner Brothers. But then you're also going to be paying premiums so that you can get websites that are running better. And if you're not doing that, you're going to be paying more for Netflix, and you're going to start paying for Facebook, and you're going to start paying for YouTube and all this stuff that's been free so far. So if that was a like someone in office that we elected in that was doing this, then it wouldn't be douchey necessarily. It might just be, he told us what he wanted to do, and then we elected him in. Why are we surprised that he's doing this? But you look into Ajit Pai's background, and actually I'm going to do this right now because I don't want to get any of this wrong. How do you spell his freaking keyboard? How do you spell his name? Oh wow, I moved my keyboard so my fingers are all kinds of in the wrong spots. Ajit Pai. All right, let's look him up. Look this dude up. Work history, specifically, because we want to see where he came from, what his motivations might be when it comes to why he wants to privatize the internet. He claims he wants to make things better for everybody. But let's look at his career. Following law school, Ajit Pai for Martin Lee Cross Feldman. Pop that up, a United States District Judge. Okay, there's a little bit of, he clerked for a judge after law school. The United States Court, after moving to Washington, D.C. in 1998, Pai worked for the United States Department of Justice Antitrust Division, is a law enforcement agency responsible for enforcing antitrust laws of the United States. It's shared jurisdiction, civil antitrust cases with the Federal Trade Commission, and often worked jointly with the FTC, which was also part of the net neutrality debacle. Pai left his Department of Justice in February 2001 to serve Associate General Counsel at Verizon Communications. Verizon. The company that would stand to make the most money if you privatize the internet. Verizon. Where he handled competition matters, regulation issues, and counseling of business units and broad. This is why he's a douche. If he was some dumb senator that was trying to push for this stuff, because he believed it would make the world better, then it'd be like, well, you got your beliefs, man, whatever. But this is a guy that came from the place that makes money through the internet to push to make them more money through the internet. So we're going to go back to Axel Voss. Axel Voss, the Ajit Pai of the UK. Look up a little bit about this guy, because I want to see. I don't want to. They're calling him the Ajit Pai. I don't know if he is. He was, I think. Hang on. Education, early career. I want to know. Wait. First, I'm going to look up the situation that the EU voted. It's something about memes. EU bans memes. Right there. Number one search. All right. We're going to look this up first, because I really want to get this right. I don't want to. And this isn't. I'm not news. I'm not giving you news. I heard about this. I think it's ridiculous. I think the main reason to get rid of memes is to stop offending people. But I think if you look at the people that are most offended, it's people that are trying to stand up for other people, which I think is great. But you're making things that make most people laugh illegal because it makes you think that your friend is offended, when realistically your friend probably isn't even offended. Your friend probably thinks it's funny. Anyway, we're going to look it up. The EU has passed Article 13, but Europe's meme war is far from over. That's just the Google headline. I don't know if I'm going to have... I'm recording what I'm looking at right now, but I don't know if I'm going to show it or not. I might just keep my podcast picture up. Starting off with the meme, the guy with his girlfriend looking back at the other girl, and his girlfriend's fucking pissed. It's one of my funny favorites. Is you put me, Ben and Jerry's on the girl that's pissed, and then no, you put me. I'm in the middle. McDonald's is the girl that's pissed, and Burger King is the girl that's walking away. All right, back to the European the European Parliament has voted to pass the new EU copyright directive. This is when things get messy. This is a article written by, oh man, I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Gian Volpicelli. Gian Volpicelli. It's Gian Volpicelli. I love that. That's a cool name if I'm saying it right. But I'm sure that if I'm saying it wrong the way you say it, it's still just as cool. It's a cool name. That's what I'm trying to say. Over the last few months, the crucial vote has been portrayed as a decisive battle over the future of the internet as we know it, whether you believe that or not. The vote to reveal what side of the debate you stood on. We have been here before. The directive was already rejected in a vote in July, following an energetic opposition campaign orchestrated by prominent technologists. The main point of the concentration of the directive, Article 11 and Article 13, which Distractor have dubbed respectively the hyperlinks tax and the upload filter. Ooh, that's a tough one. Upload filter. Seeing a lot of that in these companies that have been predominantly about freedom of speech, now filtering stuff because, I don't know, they're saying people are getting pissed and that's why they're filtering it, or they're saying that their advertisers are concerned, so they're filtering it. It's another subject. Yeah, so basically this dude, Alex Voss, was one of the people. I don't know if he was the only one. I'm assuming he wasn't the only one because it passed. But I forgot to change this. I wasn't even showing you what I was. My bad. Maybe I'll edit in some stuff. I feel bad. How do I edit this? Change this. Yeah, there it is. Change it. There. All right. This dude, Axel Voss. PewDiePie called him Alex Voss in his video all day today. And real quick, I don't know if you know who Alex Voss is. You know that 70s show? Pretty sure. Yeah, that's the chick from that 70s show. She's hot. So basically, PewDiePie was like, this person right here is the one who she destroyed memes in the EU. She part of... No, he just did memes, but he kept referring to him as Alex, and it's Axel. All right. Studied law, 1983 to 1990, University of Trier, Munich. 1990, he took his first Staatsexamen. It's a German government licensing examination. Is this in Germany? Maybe I don't... Oh, you remember European Parliament. I don't know that much about Europe. I just was interested in this because I'm afraid of this happening here in America. I don't want this to happen here. This is important. I don't care if YouTube decides that they don't want to give money to people that say fuck or say I'm going to shoot someone in a video game that I'm playing right now, and I'm not going to give you money for that. If YouTube wants to do that, that's fine. But as soon as YouTube starts Alex Jonesing everybody on the platform, I'm very concerned, and I hope that more people than just me will stand up and say something. I know more people than me will stand up and say something. Freedom of speech is so important to so many people and to me. So that's why this specifically interested me. All right, keeping on focused. Voss is a member of the German CDU. Bond affiliation. Voss. Rihanna? No, Ryan. Voss has been a member of European Parliament since 2009. European elections. He has since been serving as member of the Committee of Civil Liberties. He's an evangelical working group. That's good. Let's get some radicals. Some radical Christians in the government. Look, he even looks like a radical Christian. Look at him. He's like, you will trust me. You will follow my way. The memes will be shut down. It's like a German preacher. I had a preacher. We used to go to this church. This guy, he preached normal, like a normal dude, just talking to us. But then, as soon as he started praying, he'd be like, "Dear Lord Jesus, I pray," and just really got into the yes. Oh, it was so good. I had to sit in the back because as soon as he started praying, I'd just start losing it, man. I'd be laughing my ass off. So good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this guy's a douche. I think people voted him in, hopefully, assuming this is right and that there's not shenanigans going on over there. It looks like he was voted in, and I'm assuming he didn't hide. It was 2009, so the internet was kind of a thing. I'm assuming he didn't hide all of his like evangelical stuff and his psycho face staring at you with those glasses and crooked teeth. I'm afraid that's what I'm going to look like when I'm 50. Born 1963. So I guess he's one of the good ones. Is that bad? Oh shit, is he Jewish? If he's Jewish, then I'm a fucking douche. I'm a fucking douche, yeah? Alright. Axel Voss, you get a pass. Don't bring that shit to America. And shame on you, European Parliament, for going along with these shenanigans. Not cool, man. Not cool. Axel Voss, he thinks he's the boss. No. Oh, man. What else? I had a couple things I wanted to run around with. I was really hoping Matt would be here so that I could have shit to bounce off of him, and like he could talk and I could write down some stuff. Like whenever you hear like that long silence between the Subnautica and the Axel Voss shit, that was me writing down Subnautica. That's how hard it is for me to multitask. Very much not multitasker. Seriously, even like in that 70s show, she was just freaking hot. Stupid hot. Stop it. Jeez. I wonder what she's doing now. No. Wait, what? Really? I didn't know she was in Orange is the New Black. I never watched the show. I just didn't. I don't know. What about okay, really? IMDb. She was in something I saw recently, a TV show. Might have been Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Or Maybe something like shit. Maybe she was in Workaholics. I wish I had better internet. Whatever she was in, I always recognize her because she's awesome. I try not to follow these people too much. Like if they're in some shit that I just don't care about, I won't watch it. Just because I don't want to be like an obsessed person. Interesting. All right. Well, that was a. Oh wait. Oh no, I did. Whatever. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I went through the Alien movies. All of them. I watched all of them. I watched the first one. I watched the first two last Saturday. I watched the second one and the third one, most of the third one on Sunday. Then I watched all the way through the third one on Monday. I watched all the way through Alien Resurrection on Tuesday. I watched Alien 3 on Monday. On Sunday, I woke up and watched Prometheus because I was so excited to see it again. I hadn't seen it since the theaters, so I kind of skipped. But then I watched the second one and most of the third one on Sunday night. I watched the third one on Tuesday night or Monday night. I watched Alien Resurrection on Wednesday night. Wait, what was it? Second, third one. No, I watched Alien Resurrection on Tuesday night, and I watched Prometheus on Wednesday night, and then I watched half of Alien Covenant Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This was 2 weeks ago. My bad. Because I watched half of it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then after watching half of it, before I watched half of it on Sunday, I watched Jurassic World, Lost Kingdom, or Fallen Kingdom, or whatever the fuck it was called. That dumb. I'll talk about that later. But the point is, Alien Covenant was so bad that I finally got through it last night, beginning to end. I skipped the parts that I remembered from the last week of watching it. And, oh man, I appreciate what they were doing with the, spoiler alert, I appreciate what they were doing, building up to the alien that Sigourney Weaver fought at the beginning of Alien, or in the movie Alien. But the way it happened, it was so disappointing because Alien is hands down one of the greatest horror movies ever. Aliens was really good. People shit on it a lot, but it was really good. You watch it, you focus on it. Don't focus on it not being alien. Focus on it being aliens. And also remember it happened almost 100 years after Alien. So if you're like, why are they so easy to kill? Do you think that we just stopped updating? Okay. Aliens was really good. Alien 3, not so much. It was probably the worst out of the first 4. And then Alien Resurrection was a little bit better, but for some reason they kept trying to bring back the claustrophobic feel of Alien, which I think Alien stands alone in its claustrophobia because it was one person against one alien, and they did it really well. But then once you started opening it up with aliens, just leave it. Just keep it that way. Keep it good. And then Prometheus came out, and it was so good. Oh, I love Prometheus as a prequel because they never once come out and say, we're an Alien prequel. They have hints, not until the very end. You see that last beast, that last thing that came out of the Promethean. No, the Prometheus was the ship. The gods, the guys that created us and the aliens. There's that like giant face monster that sucks on his face a little bit and then poops out comes out of his stomach, but a little baby, and it kind of looks like an alien from the movie Alien. But even then, like there was a lot of hints. I was like, that reminds me of Alien. Like when the acid hit him, that reminds me of Alien. When the thing sucked on his face, that reminded me of Alien. There was a lot of stuff. When she was getting the thing cut out of her stomach, I was like, that reminds me of Alien too. Interesting. I was like, oh, they're doing some homages to Alien, or they're taking some logic from Alien and making a movie that's entertaining. I watched the whole thing. I didn't know. It wasn't until like a year later I was looking some stuff up. They're like, oh yeah, Prometheus is a prequel to Alien. So, and then watching it again blew my mind. And Alien Covenant, if it was better, if it would have been done better, it would have been perfect. It would have had, because the way they ended it, they were essentially saying that these people in Prometheus, these guys that we found that created us and the aliens, well, they didn't actually create the alien. They created aliens, a pre-alien, but then David, the automaton, the android from the Promethean ship, when he convinced the girl to come with him so he could find answers for her, he actually used her to repair him and then used her again as a catalyst for creating the alien, for creating a perfect being. And there's a really beautiful scene where David is in front of an alien, not the alien. It's still like being worked out. He's standing in front of it and calming it down. And when you're watching it before you realize all of this, you're watching it and you're like, oh, he's gaining its trust. And then the guy shoots the alien and David freaks out. And it was weird. And then he was like, I was gaining its trust. And I was like, I mean, it's still weird. I mean, I know at that point I knew he was emotional. He had more feelings than most of these androids. But I didn't think gaining an alien's trust was that important. Unless it was like a science thing, like he wanted to gain its trust so he could study it. But then by the end of the movie, you realize that was one of its babies. That was one of David's kids. He built it and grew it. It was like, it'd be like if you painted a picture and then a guy shot your picture. Be like, what are you doing? That's my art, you son of a bitch. But oh my gosh, I love these movies. I actually wanted to go through some of my, no, there it is. I wanted to go through some of my tweets, not read them, maybe find them and put them on the screen so you can read them. They're on my phone because I don't do Twitter on the computer. I don't do a lot on the computer except for Google and a little bit of Facebook, and that's just because my internet is so bad it usually doesn't work very well. Let me see. I gotta connect. Yeah, I tried to have fun with it. Like I've done stuff like this where I'll go through a series of movies in a week or two and just watch them and really enjoy them. Like not distract myself with other things while I'm watching them, which I do with a lot of movies. Most of the time when I'm watching TV, I'm doing other stuff, editing, surfing the web, playing a video game, stuff like that. But when I go through these series of movies, I really like to focus on them. Really like to enjoy rewatching them and kind of looking for stuff that I missed before, or maybe I didn't notice in the first run through. But let me see. Okay, here we go. See if I can find anything entertaining or anything to spark. Because yeah, I have a pretty bad memory. Oh, someone liked my tweet. Axel Voss is trying to make the world better by banning funnies. Can we ban poops to make EU better? I thought that was funny. I said it. I didn't even think about it when I typed it, but then when I read it back, I was like, "That's like, can we ban poops like Axel Voss?" It's not nice, but it's funny. Come on, it's funny. Jurassic World hit tweets. I was concerned about the Neebs gaming crew because some of them they live in the storm area, and a lot of them evacuated, but a few stayed behind. Oh yeah, there was one chick that was super hot. Looked like sounded like Siri though. It's funny. Oh man, I tweet too much. Let's see. Oh, Crystal is funny, man. Crystal is so fucking funny. Let's see. I really do tweet way too much. I'm trying to read through them to make sure I don't miss any of them. But frick, why did I tweet to Bert Kreischer so much? Oh, because he was a dick. No, I was being a dick to him. Everybody keeps bringing up 9/11, and I appreciate that it's a horrible event, but why do we have to focus on one horrible event? Why do we have to focus on that? Shit happens all the time. Look at the news once in a while. We're just remember 9/11. Yeah, man, we did. There was like 7 movies made about it. It's been celebrated, it's been mourned, and a lot of goods come out of it. It doesn't have to be a fucking holiday. Jesus. Anyway. We're getting there. We're getting there. Team people. Team people. Oh, yeah. Seems page. Boop, doop, boop, doop. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so the beginning of Prometheus. When I first watched it, I assumed that it was the virus that was on the ship that had infected him. When I watched it in theaters, we got there late. I just missed him. Like, I got there, I looked in, and I saw the camera going down the waterfall. Like that's how close I was to seeing him, dissolving. I just missed it. It looks like he's dissolving from something that looks like the alien thing, which I think is important. Like the stuff. That little black dust stuff that comes out of the vial in Covenant and is like a little black liquid stuff in Prometheus. It looks the same. So when I realized that I'd missed that and I went back and watched on YouTube, I watched the first few minutes of Prometheus. I was like, oh, that's just the alien virus destroying his people, which would kind of make sense because it did destroy his people on the ship, but if you think about it, more likely because he's standing there almost religiously, like it's an event. He takes his jacket off and he looks off in the distance, and it's very ceremonial. And so what I think is that, like they said, and also, okay, so in the movie as they're going through, there's a lot of referencing to the creators, to our creators. And so what I think is that these beings that are portrayed in Prometheus are creators. They are life bringers. They bring life to planets. And but I think they bring like intelligent life, more high-end life. They're the Gucci of life bringers, so to speak. So what I think they did, and I think one of the ways they do it is by sacrifice. So what I think they did is they created this concoction that would, in seconds, disintegrate any of them. But in doing so, it takes their DNA, it takes their DNA, it combines it in a way so that life will be created in the water, and later will come out of the water and grow to be humans like we are today. And I'm talking about the alien universe, not the real universe. So if any of you are touchy about that, calm down. It's fake. So when I look at him standing there taking his robe off and then disintegrating into the water, it looks like there's a little bit of fear when he starts disintegrating, but there's also like a sense of peace and knowing what's going to happen, and also knowing that he's dying, but he's literally becoming the father of humanity. The father of humanity. It's crazy. But I loved thinking about that and that concept. And then, I think someone in the movie even said it. They were like, or the chick, she's like, she knew that they were done with us, and she wanted to know why. And I think that's obvious. I think this is what they do. I think that they planted us on a planet where they had planted something else already, and we are stronger. We became stronger. That's how it went. And then they created this, and they're like, this is good. This is the best. So we're going to do this everywhere. And the crazy thing is that Alien, and then between Alien and Alien Resurrection, they basically confirm that this species, the alien species, the xeno, what are they called? I can't remember what the alien creature's called. Maybe it's just alien. But Prometheus happened in another part of the galaxy. Let's see. I don't see anything about it. They were nowhere near Earth when they created the alien species. And between Prometheus and Covenant, they kept the alien on that planet. But by the time you get to Alien, which happens years later, let's see, really quickly, faster. Alien year it took place. Which year is Alien set? 2122. And Prometheus and Alien Covenant basically happened back to back. Prometheus. Sorry. Year it took place. So 2122 is Alien, and this one happened in 2089. So about 50 years, maybe 40 years before Prometheus happened, 40 years before Alien. And in the time span of 40 years, the aliens were able to get from there all the way to Jupiter, which means that by the time, just a few years after Alien Resurrection, I'm sure that that humanity and most life in our galaxy is taken over by the aliens. Such good movies, and the lore behind them. I love thinking about it, going through it, and These are great movies. Sigourney Weaver was so hot back in the day, and she's still awesome, but she's old now. And, you know, sometimes you have to let go of stuff. And sometimes you have to let go of something that other people never had. So, I don't know. Get over it. Let's see. Look at some more tweets. See if it'll spark anything. Prometheus is my third favorite. By the way, it goes Alien, then Aliens, then Prometheus. Oh yeah, the dude Tuco. You remember Breaking Bad? Tuco, that crazy dude that was doing meth and waving a gun around. In Breaking Bad, Beaking Bad. It's a car show. Breaking Bad. Oh man, Tuco, this insane motherfucker. His 20-year-old ass was in Alien Resurrection, and he got his head popped by the alien. Straight up, grabbed his head and popped it. Not as insane in Alien. Definitely not. He's a crazy guy in this TV show. In the movie, not so much. Let's see. Tuco in Alien Resurrection. Rule 34, am I right? Haha. There he is. Look at that sexy ass. There's another movie he's in. Oh, yeah. This is what the alien became in Resurrection. Dang. Think about a bunch of those motherfuckers walking around, how scary that would be. Oh, who's your big boy? Who's your big boy? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's my big boy. All right. Enough of this. Enough of alien stuff. Oh, wait. Okay, going back. Gotta. Okay. You know Winona Ryder from Stranger Things? She is downright adorbs. She still sounds like the same. Obviously, she's the same person, but the little like haircut and she's a badass. She's fucking adorable. Oh, I loved her in this. She was so good. Both of these were, and she did such a good job. This is the second time I've seen this movie. She did such a good job. She fooled me again. Spoiler alert coming up. Skip ahead 30 seconds. She's the android in this movie. Fucking crazy. What is this? Who would do that? Who would do that, you stupid idiot? Yeah, she's awesome. I love her. Even now, I think she's awesome. We'll talk about the Spider-Man game in a little bit. Let me just write it down real quick. Spider-Man. Alien 3 was pretty bad. Continuing with Resurrection, I also cheated. Yeah. So I watched Prometheus right before I watched Alien 3. No, wait. Right before I watched Alien Resurrection. So I got the timeline wrong. Whatever. Sue me. Could talk about Elon Musk too. Let me just write that down. Elon, capital E, capital L. I can't remember the message in Alien 3. I really can't. I need to go back and watch it. But apparently I thought it was a great message. It was a horrible movie. And then I hashtagged RIP capital Ripley, which I thought was fucking hilarious because it spells out Ripley, but it's like Ripley. Like instead of writing Rip Ripley, all right. I hope somebody laughs at that. That's some funny ass shit. I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers. I watch it between Alien movies. Just an episode just to kind of cleanse my palate. You know, I like horror movies, but if I watch too many of them in a row, then I can get depressed pretty easily. I don't know why. I don't know why I can watch one and be fine, but if I watch 2 or 3 in a row, then I start just thinking dark thoughts and yeah. So I try and be responsible. For those of you that didn't like Aliens because it was too easy to kill the aliens, remember that it happened 50 years after the first one. Jeez. I have some good tweets, all right. I have some good tweets. Oh man. I'm just going through this. I'm pretty much done. I'll read this tweet, but first of all, I just want to say Ari Shaffir is putting out an album in the next couple of years, in the next year, maybe year and a half. I don't know when. He's working on it now. But just the premise of it makes me want to listen to it more than anything. And I think Ari is hilarious. He makes me laugh all the time. I don't listen to a ton of his stuff. And it's not anything against him. I just don't. But I can't wait to hear his next special. I'm absolutely positive it's going to be next level. It's going to be so good. I'm positive of it. Because he's such a smart dude. And what he's writing about what he knows. So it's going to be smart. It's going to be hilarious. I can't wait. Okay, in the first movie... There's a scene in the first movie where there's a sergeant and he's looking at these engineering scrubs and he's like, this thing's like a giant fusion reactor. And the soldier, and then he's like, no more bullets, only flamethrowers. Oh, I thought it was so funny. This could go up at any minute, only flamethrowers. Oh man. Bill Paxton was in the second one. James Cameron wrote the second one. I might be a little biased then, but I honestly think it's one of the best. Besides the first one, which is just a classic. You can't beat the original. Yeah. Alien. Such a good series. I'm gonna do Predator next. And I might have to wait because I'm not going to go to the movies to see the Predator. I'm not going to the movies to see the movie The Predator, but I do want to include it in my watch through. This will be a different one though because I've seen Predator, but I haven't seen Predator 2, and I can't remember. Actually, I'm going to look it up. Predator movies in order. I just like to see. Can we just search it? Search it up. Yahoo! Alright. I don't know what I'm doing. Google, help me. Order of Predator movies. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Predator. Oh, they did the whole in 2010. I never saw that one either. All right. Predator. Predator 2. Predators and the Predator. That's such a hard word for me to say for some reason. Yeah, I hate it. I'm going to go through these, which I'm really excited about because I thought they put out a third one after the Danny Glover one. But I mean back then, like in the 90s. But I guess they waited 20 years, put out Predators. Okay, no, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I've seen it. I've seen this like 10 times. It's really good. I can't believe. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's got the dude from that 70s show again. Coming back around. Um, it's got the guy, I don't know names. It's got a great cast. It's got Machete. Walter Goggins is in it. And everybody plays a psychopath. Everybody. I think Michelle Rodriguez might be in it. Maybe. Doesn't matter. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to tweet about it. This one was hilarious. Oh, man. These were not as good quality-wise as as the Alien movies, but they were fun and sometimes hilarious. Whew. Okay. Shifting gears. Axel Voss, you can go away. I haven't talked about you in a minute. Have you heard about this this guy? This man, which has been bitten by a spider and therefore garnered the name Spider-Man. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? Holy shit. He just put out a game. By the way, I am absolutely 100% biased about this. Spider-Man has been my favorite superhero since the first Spider-Man movie. And that might be because I never read comics and that was my first introduction to him. But even to this day, he is my absolute favorite superhero. I remember when I was a kid, I don't know if it was a comic book. I was the kind of kid that just picked up stuff, right? We'd walk around the store and I'd pick up something that looked cool. It was probably in the in the queue to pay for food. I picked up a magazine and I opened it and I saw Spider-Man there standing next to a kid. I didn't read it. I don't know if I even could read. And my mom, I don't even want to say it was my mom. It might have been somebody else. It might have been my grandma. It might have been my grandpa. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a second. I looked at it, and then the person told me that person, that Spider-Man person, was a bad guy. So for years, I thought these guys were bad guys. And then the trailer came out for Spider-Man 2. For Spider-Man, sorry, with Tobey Maguire. And I was in New York at the time. I was doing a mission trip with my church. It was right after the 9/11 events. And we were going over there just to do church stuff, right? A lot of like handing out pamphlets, but every now and then we'd go out and we'd help clean up something, or we'd go to a soup kitchen, do random acts of kindness on the street, that kind of stuff. But so like in my mind, it wasn't completely worthless, but I remember standing there handing out pamphlets, and it's just like, this is bullshit. Who's going to look at this? Most of the people wouldn't take it. Most of the people that did take it would throw it on the ground halfway across the crosswalk. So it's like, why? What is the purpose of this? And you go back, and the pastor's like, well, you're planting seeds. Yeah, of annoyance. Anyway, I was in New York, and it was our last day there. We were spending the last couple days doing touristy stuff, kind of giving us kids a chance to actually see the place that we were in, and not just do community service for it. It was the last day. We were gonna go to bed, get up in the morning, go to the airport. So we went out to eat. We went to Planet Hollywood, and sitting there. There's like 30 of us, and it took forever for the food because we all ordered our own pizzas like idiots. They weren't huge, but it's still like 30 pizzas is going to take a long ass time to cook. But I'm sitting there and I'm quiet, man. I'm not a talker. Like, I'll listen to people talk, and if they ask me a question, I'll answer it, but I'm not really a talker. Probably can't tell because it's a podcast, man. I'm supposed to talk. So I'm sitting there waiting for my pizza, and on the screen behind everybody is the Spider-Man trailer, and it's playing over and over and over again. And it looked so good. And I was like, holy shit, Spider-Man's not a bad guy? Yeah. 2002, 2002, when the Spider-Man trailer came out, that's when I found out Spider-Man wasn't a bad guy. Not only that, he's one of the greatest heroes, in my opinion. One of the purest. And his attitude is, he's like a kid's, he's a kid-friendly Deadpool. Or you could say Deadpool is an adult version of Spider-Man. Without the, regeneration of limbs and stuff. But I don't know. I love Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man back in 2002, 2003 maybe, Spider-Man came out on like right around my birthday. Like right before. And so on my birthday, we went out, we got some food, we went to see Spider-Man, and then on the way home, we stopped and they got me the video game Spider-Man. It was an old one. This was one that came out before Spider-Man was a movie. And holy shit, I played the shit out of that game. I loved that game. And since then, not really been any Spider-Man games that I've liked. Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation was all right. No, Spider-Man, was it Spider-Man 2? It's one of them. On the PlayStation, it was okay. But, oh my god, this one, the one that came out on PS4, oh, it looks so good. Doing little tricks in the air while he's flying. You're actually attaching to buildings with your webs. The fighting system looks so good. They should take this fighting system and put it into every single Marvel game. All the superheroes should fight like this, and then adapt it. So Batman had his batarangs that he's throwing around. Spider-Man has his webs that he spits out, and they affect differently. Just change the effects a little bit, but use this. It's so good. This is the main reason I'm going to get a PlayStation 4, and holy shit, I can't even afford a PlayStation 4. Amazon. I also want to get an Xbox One X box with an Xbox One X in it. Please to the PlayStation. 4? No, that's just the system. 3 terabytes. What if I wanted to get the Spider-Man edition? Because that's the one I want. This is the main. There have been countless games that have come out. Oh my god, fuck you guys. $400 fucking dollars. $700 fucking. I'll just get the controller. This is the main reason I want to get Spider-Man. Look, the game's $60. Oh, because you get the cover, you get the super cool Spider-Man logo on your PlayStation. Fuck. Oh man, I want to get the PlayStation 4 for Spider-Man so bad. So bad. And if you're like, I don't want to give anything away, go just look for some gameplay videos. Just look at a little bit of the gameplay. If you're not 100% sold, just go to look at a little bit of the gameplay. I watched Neebs Gaming play it. They do very little editing. They're doing a let's play of it, and there's not very many spoilers. It's the beginning of the game. You get a good idea of how it's played and how difficult it is to learn and how much fun it's going to be. Anyway, check that off the list. Elon Musk smokes weed and the world implodes. What the fuck? How stupid is this? Go back to Google. Go back to Google and look at the retardedness of this dumb stuff. I haven't listened to the podcast yet. I'm very slow. Elon Musk smokes weed. So freaking stupid. Look at all of this. All of this. How Elon Musk didn't smoke weed. Tesla CEO Elon Musk smokes weed with Joe Rogan live on Webnets. That was too much. Excuse me. It's so stupid. Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, smokes marijuana during Joe Rogan interview. If you want to know how much I care about this, check this out. I just smoked marijuana from a pen. I know that I'm not Elon Musk, but this is so stupid. This is even dumber. You're just jumping on the train, man. Who cares if he inhaled or not? It's like, I just stuck the tip in, so it's not rape. No. He had a joint in his hand. He took it into his mouth. He intended to smoke it. Maybe he didn't want to inhale it because he didn't want to lose control totally, but he still wanted to look cool. Does that make it any different than smoking weed? He smoked weed live on a webcast. Why is it so fucking important? Why is everybody freaking out about it? Because he's a cartoon character. Because if Bugs Bunny came out and smoked weed, everybody would freak out. He's a cartoon character. He's not a real person. According to this, but he is a real person. Check this out. Elon Musk. Wiki. I don't know much about this dude. Seems pretty smart. Seems like he keeps people around him. Like it looks like he's doing all this shit alone. But I don't think he is. I think he's smarter than that. I think he's got good contacts, and he's got a lot of money, and he knows how to sell stuff. Elon Reeve Musk, a business magnate, magnate. What? Refers to an entrepreneur of great influence, importance, or standing in a particular enterprise or field of business. The term characteristically refers to a wealthy entrepreneur. Okay. He holds South Africa, Canada, U.S. citizenships. Wow, maybe that's why he's so successful. He's freaking a citizen of the world. I want that. I want to be a member. I want to be a citizen of South Africa and U.S. and Canada, I guess. CEO and lead designer of SpaceX. Dude's got plans. Co-founder, CEO. I don't know if this would even work, but this is like, you remember when you were a kid, they were like, just reach for the stars. Well, fucking he is now. Like, literally, he's going for it. Tesla. I want a Tesla. I've never wanted a nice car, but an electric car that drives you a little bit, I fucking want that so bad. Co-founder of PayPal. I didn't know that. He's a co-founder of PayPal. In December 2016, he was ranked 21st on the Forbes list of the world's most powerful people. I believe it. As of August 2018, he has a net worth of $20.2 billion and is listed by Forbes as the 46th richest. How do you have $20 billion and you're still 46th? I'm looking at the $2 on my desk right now. Fucking want to kill myself. Born in Pretoria, he doesn't have an accent, or at least I didn't notice one. I listened to a little bit of the podcast. So I watched it on YouTube because I like to see someone talk. It makes it easier for me to listen to him talk if I've seen him talk. I don't know why. I guess it's because I can kind of picture more like if they're doing a physical bit, if they're quiet. Based on what they said, I might have a better idea of. Anyway, applied physics and material. He began PhD in applied physics and material. So he has a master's. We're going to skip all this. He started a PhD in applied physics and material science. You know, That's that easy stuff. At Stanford in 1995, but dropped out after 2 days to pursue an entrepreneurial career. He subsequently co-founded Zip2, a web software company which was acquired by Compaq for $340 million in 1999. Musk then founded X.com, an online bank. It merged with Confinity in 2000 and became PayPal, which was bought by eBay for $1.5 billion. Holy shit. In May, Musk founded SpaceX. He's going to be the richest man in the world. He's going to be on Mars with $1 trillion. Holy shit. I mean, okay, like criticize him all you want, but also look at this and don't tell me that there's a part of you that's like, I should have done more. I mean, fuck. He could quit now and have done more with his life than most people in the world. Physically. You can be like, oh, my mom had a child and that's the most important. Yeah, but this guy started online banking. This guy created the first 100% electric cars. This guy is trying to get to Mars with people. Not trying to get a man on Mars, trying to get people to Mars. Us. Jeez, it's insane. All right. Musk, if you're listening to this right now, I'm glad you got this far. Thanks for listening. Smash that like button. No, man. If you somehow hear this or listen to it, man, you done some shit. Props for being in a position to do something like that and actually doing it. I don't know. Maybe I have the ability to start something like X.com now, and then, you know, make it. Wait, when did that? Yeah, make it a $1.5 billion company in 2 years. I don't know if I could do that. But you could, and you did. And I think it's a good thing. I really do. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Honestly, thanks for listening. Matt, if you're listening, also thanks for getting this far. And smash that like button. Hope you feel better, man. I'll text you next week. We're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing together. All right. Peace, and everybody say something nice to your neighbor. Maybe bring some cookies to your neighbor's house. Just be like, hey, just thinking about you. Have a good one, neighbor. All right. Bye.